What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangout Spot where you already know it's Real Talk Sports Talk, live from my man cave. It's your boy Johnny, and let's talk boxing. But today, I'm going to talk boxing with a very, very special guest from the professional ranks. I'm a huge fan of his. He's a young and up-and-coming top prospect from Crescent City, Florida. He's promoted by the great and legendary Hall of Fame women's boxer, Christy Martin. This Friday night on the MVP Promotions prospect card, I was lucky enough to be able to be there as a member of the media. And, you know, this guy is a future champion and his star shined the brightest. I mean, today he was just awarded the performance of the night. And this is the third MVP card that he's been given that achievement. And it's only because, again, when he comes on, he puts on an absolute show. I mean, it was an action-packed fight. This Friday, he actually won by unanimous decision over Puerto Rico's Alexander Rios. That was a rematch of a fight that they had back in October. And currently, his professional record is 12-0. He has one draw, 4 knockouts. But in my opinion, I think he should be 13-0. And we'll get into that in a second. But without further ado, I want to introduce, and it's an honor to introduce, lightweight prospect, a guy who represents Mexico to the fullest, my man, Tony Aguilar. What's going on, man?
What's going on, everybody? Hey, man, I appreciate you for having me on here, man. And that introduction is everything, dog. I appreciate that.
Nah, man, it was well-deserved, man. Welcome to the Hangout Spot, man. This is how we do it up here. You are actually the first professional fighter to chop it up here with me in my man cave, man.
Let's get it, man. That's a great start, bro. I appreciate it. Man, I just hope to keep doing stuff like this, man. I appreciate you for the recognition and the support. You know what I mean? It means a lot. It goes a long way for real.
No, absolutely, man. Well deserved. I wasn't kidding, man. I mean, this Friday, like I said, this was my first opportunity to cover a fight as a member of the media, and it was an absolute honor. And just like I expected, I went into that fight thinking that your fight was going to steal the show, because the first fight between you two guys was just action-packed, nonstop, and that was a fight that you won by majority decision, I believe. But this time around, much more convincing, man. I mean, you win by unanimous decision, and you showed me a lot of different things in this fight, man. I mean, you can mix it up, but your boxing ability, I mean, is unquestioned. I mean, you know, your levels, the way you go from up to down, you know, head to body, your movement, a little bit of showboat in there as well. And if my viewers haven't seen that fight, you were fighting a tough dude. This Alexander Rios guy is a tough, rugged guy that just keeps coming forward. It makes for some good fights. But I think you totally outclassed him. And I see that you have a little bit of a war wound there, and because of what I just said, right? The nonstop, in and out and clashing. But I still think you look pretty, like you said after the fight, right? That's what you wanted to do. That's what you said after the fight, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Still pretty, man. No doubt about it. You know, Rios is a very game fighter, real tough. You know what I mean? I just want to clear everything up, though. Let it be known this was a headbutt. This was not from a punch. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for the headbutt, we would have came out of there clean. You know what I mean? Spotless.
No, absolutely. And like I said, if you haven't seen that fight, you wonder why. I mean, Rios is a very rugged guy who just comes in head forward. And I think you did a good job of neutralizing that and moving in the ring. And like I said, going in and out to the body. I saw a post-fight interview that you did, and you said that you probably could have made it easier, except that you like to fight.
Yeah, that's like, it's a good thing, but it's also kind of like a little bit of my downfall. You know what I mean? Because when I get in those fights, I get touched unnecessarily. You know what I mean? Like every now and then I might get hit with a couple shots, which no, but like, you know what I mean? I can take a hit, so it doesn't really hurt, but it doesn't look good. You know what I mean? I can do it a lot easier from the outside and make them look even worse. And that's just the Mexican bravado in me, man. I just want to go in there, get a fight, get the fans a good fight, and just show them that I got that dog in me.
Absolutely. And you said it. I mean, it's that Mexican blood. I mean, that Hispanic blood.
Hell yeah.
And you have that in you. And I want to congratulate you because, like I said in your intro today, you were given a top performance, right?
Performance of the night. We are 3 for 3. All 3 times that we fought on MVP platform, we've gotten fight of the night every single time.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And like I said earlier, I was not there to see your fight against Corey Marksman, but I was watching live on TV, and I thought you should have won that fight. I mean,
Mm,
personally, I
thank you.
mean, your aggressiveness. I thought you landed the harder shots. I mean, he was trying to move and box. You were pressing the action. But either way, what do you think? Is there a chance that possibly you try to mix it up with him again at some point and try to get that right?
Well, listen, man, we both sat out there after the fight. We both said the same thing. We're ready to go. You know, we want the rematch April 26th, blah blah blah, whatever. Well, guess what? I fought on April 26th, and who wasn't there? Corey Marksman. You know what I mean? So um now at this point, we're just I'm gonna go back and talk with my coach and my team, and you know, Christy has some things she wants to discuss with us, and we're gonna discuss what the next step is. But as far as that fight, we'll definitely get it going on, you know, sometime in the future. But as of right now, probably not anytime soon.
Got you, got you. How is it working with Christy Martin? I had a chance to meet her, backstage. She's very, very sweet, but I was a huge fan of hers, man. And that's how old I am. I remember when she was, and I told her that. I remember when you were fighting and Mike Tyson pay-per-view cards and
Yeah.
blasting females out, man. I mean, because she packed a mean punch. And the first thing that she told me was that she told me she loved her job back then.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. You got to. And she was so good at her job, man. She was knocking these females out left and right. Like it was crazy because you know, to your question, working with her is so smooth sailing. Like I never have to worry about, you know what I mean, the like the paperwork stuff and all like that. Opportunities, she gets us these opportunities like you see on MVP. Um, as far as getting paid as well, you know, I never have to worry about that. When we would fight on her card, I wouldn't have to go chase her for the money. You know, they would come to us and right after the fight and be like, "Here you go. This is this and that." And thank you for being on the show. They're just so much more caring than it's just than promoter and fighter. You know what I mean? And when we first got started was actually my debut was on her first promotion card. You know what I mean? It was in Jacksonville, and she actually made me the main event on that card because of the amount of ticket sales that I brought. And she didn't know who I was. You know what I mean? And I, you know, no disrespect, but I didn't really watch a lot of boxing. But so I didn't really, especially not old school. I watched a little bit of the people that were there, you know, people that are doing it then, but not old school. So I really didn't know who she was until my former coach told me, and I was like, oh damn, so she's real deal, and she wants me to be on her card, and I thought, you know, it was amazing, but then it was just she kind of just needed like a slot filled on her card. She was missing a fight that she wanted to have another fight on there, but she didn't have nobody. So my coach was in contact with somebody who knew her, and she told them about it, blah blah. Long story short, we got on the card. She seen how many people I brought, so she made us actually the main event. And after that, you know, it was about like she just liked the following that I had. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, this guy can put, you know, asses in seats, so we want to have him again. But once she started like watching me and seeing the potential that I got, she got real interested in me, and then we ended up signing with her, and now she's just like, you know, she thinks the best of me. She's super happy of the performance that we did, by the way, on Friday, and that makes me even happier because knowing that we did the job well done, and she's getting us these amazing opportunities. It's just amazing working with her.
No, I get that. She was big time, man. Trust me.
Yeah,
I
hell
mean,
yeah.
you got that right. And like I said, she was a sweetheart. But I mean, it's no surprise. I thought that this fight on Friday should have been your fight should have been the main event. No disrespect, to the Telez Jackson fight. It was a good fight, but again, action packed, yours from start to finish. And like I said, earlier, you're entertaining, you're exciting, you know how to box, you're a showman, and those are the things that are going to carry, bode well for you in the future, especially now, right? If you can fight and you can market yourself well, you're going to be able to succeed in this boxing business today. It's a lot different than what it was when I was growing up in the 80s, man.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Totally different. But so this fight was the first time that you had went 8 rounds, correct?
Yep, my first 8 round fight. They didn't think we were gonna be ready for it, man. But this is also the first time that I've been in an actual training camp, bro. So like, we were just 100% ready. Everything felt beautiful, amazing in there. I felt the most comfortable I've ever been. You know what I mean? I could have did another 8 rounds that night. You know what I mean? So it was just amazing.
Yeah, I heard you mention that somebody did an interview with you after the fight. You said this was the first time you had a full training camp where you just concentrated on that. I thought that was pretty interesting. And like I said, you guys for the amount of volume that you guys were throwing at each other, you were fairly fresh at the end.
Oh yeah.
Which is obviously attributed to your training. How long does it take you, though, like a fight like this, a physical fight like this? How long does it take you to kind of let your body recover before you're right back at it into the gym?
Well, normally they try to, they tell you take a week off or whatever. There's been fights where I've been, the very next Monday I'm right back in the gym. It all just depends on how you feel, how hard the fight is as well. If you have a easy fight, you can go right back in. But normally they try to recommend like a week. If it wasn't for this cut under my eye, man, we'd be right back in the gym, Saturday.
Right. When are you getting those stitches out? This week?
Yeah, this week I think. So I wanted to get them out Thursday, which is 6 days from the fight. But I talked. My mom works at a clinic, and she talked to the doctors, and they said just go ahead and wait the week. No worries, no rush.
Got you. Speaking of your mom, man, I know we spoke about this offline, but they came out for you, man,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Friday. They were loud. I was in the first media row, right in front of them, and you brought out a big crowd. Your family was represented. Your little sister,
yeah.
she was cute. She had this instrument that was probably half the size of her, but she
Yeah.
didn't stop. She did not stop, chiming that instrument. I thought it was pretty cool, man. It got really loud. I think your fight was the most livest, out of all of them because you actually had a huge following there. But Tony, tell me, when did you start boxing?
I started boxing. I think I was 12 years old when I started boxing. It was just like an after school thing. Matter of fact, I started because so I used to be a soccer player, soccer fanatic, and the people that know me know the story. But I tried out for my high school JV soccer team, and I got cut. I didn't make the team, so I was all sad about it. I was a jit, so like I cried, whatever. And I had a homeboy who he was older, and he was in the boxing program, and he was like, "Hey man, don't even worry about that. Come to the boxing thing, this and that. It's fun. Hang out with us, blah blah, whatever." So I wanted to do it, and I asked my mom for permission, and she was just completely against it. You know what I mean? You know how moms are. They don't want their boys to be in there and get punched in the face, and I'm the only boy, so I'm a mama's boy. So she didn't want none of that. She was not having it. You know what I mean? She kept me from it for maybe about a week, 2 weeks, something like that. But I just kept persistent, kept begging her, begging her, begging her, and she finally gave in and let me do it. With the help of my uncles convincing her to, he's a man. Let him be a man. Let him get in there and do this and that. So she finally let me do it, and it was rough for her at first. She was like, every fight, she was just there. She was like, I don't want to see, this and that. But after all so many years, she knows that I can handle myself, and she's the loudest one in there, like, fuck him up, beat his ass, this and that. So it's
I didn't know who she was, but now I know who she was.
now yeah, exactly.
She was literally right behind me.
Yeah,
Literally right behind me.
that's Mama Bear right there.
That's what's up, man. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So how long did you fight in the amateur ranks?
About 8 years, I think. I started at 12. I didn't go pro till I was 20. I had about, I say, 75, 76 amateur fights. You know what I mean? And of those fights, I won 55, 56, something like that. I had 20 losses exactly, but a lot of those losses came in the younger years when I was younger, smaller, learning and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Right. So you say you turned pro now. So you've been a pro for well almost 5 years. In fact, I think it's your birthday in 5 more days, right?
Yep. On Monday.
I did my research. Happy early birthday.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
You got that. You got that. So when you were coming up, was there any one fighter that you kind of influenced you that you wanted to kind of kind of be like or follow the same type of path? Any one fighter that you really admired?
There was several, man. I mean, there's a lot of greats out there. Chavez, Marquez. Canelo. Right, to this day, Canelo's like he's a top dog for me. You know what I mean? Ever since I started watching him, especially after he got his head movement right, I try to emulate that. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be like that. And with the head movement and the power and the technique, is just everything. His dedication, everything. But if I'm being honest, the first person that I ever started watching was when I started boxing was Captain Hook, Roy Jones Jr., man. And it was a dream come true to me. I actually got the privilege of meeting him last year and going. We went to his house and sparred with his guys, and I literally was like fangirling. You know what I mean? Whenever he came into the gym, and I was like, oh shit, should I go say hi or should I not bother him right now? Should I wait? He's so amazing, but he's like he's the coolest dude ever, man. He's very very humble, especially knowing who he is to still be cool like that with everybody. I strive to be like that. You know what I mean? Just if I make it up there, I want to just keep the same humbleness. Treat everybody the way I want to be treated with respect. You know what I mean? And yeah, that was a dream come true to me. I actually have a hat of mine signed by him and some shoes and stuff. So that to me was amazing. And to earn his respect, like he'll sit there and he was talking to me and giving me good job, like talking about props. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're so good at this. And that to me was like everything, man. Like to have your hero tell you that you're a beast, that just is badass.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, you said something. You said something about if you ever get up there. I don't think there's an if. I think you will.
Thank you,
I mean,
man. I
you
appreciate
got
that.
that mindset. I mean, like I said, you're getting better and better every time out, and you got that heart of a lion, man. I think it's only a matter of time. You mentioned, and for my viewers here, I'm here with professional 135-pound lightweight prospect Tony Aguilar. You mentioned Canelo. So I'm going to throw that out there real quick. Do you think he's the greatest Mexican fighter of all time? Now you mentioned you mentioned somebody else that could be in that conversation.
Right, man. I think you can't take that away from the legend, man. The legend, Chavez, man. He is the very best, and in a time where people they were just he was just fighting everybody and anybody. You know what I mean? And to me, Chavez takes that spot. You know what I mean? That's like as to a bunch of like a lot of Mexican fight fans, they all see him as the GOAT. You know what I mean? But and that was in his time, in his prime. You know what I mean? I think now in this day and age, Canelo has been the top dog for I don't know how long, a decade. So now in my generation, I think Canelo is the one that's up there.
It's a good conversation. If you would have said that 10 years ago, well, we don't know yet. But right now, it's a good debate. I mean, Canelo
Right.
has done different weight classes. That's the thing that I think is most impressive. Winning titles, his resume can't be denied. Today was very eventful in the press
Yo,
conference.
I seen that.
Wow, Oscar and him. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. And for a while I've been watching Canelo's interviews, and he's had a lot of things to say about Oscar. Obviously, there's been
Oh
some
yeah.
rough patches in the relationship, but Oscar was like out of control today.
Yo, he got some balls on him today, didn't he? I was like,
Well,
damn.
Canelo got up. I thought there was. I mean, for a second there was going to be something popping.
Yo.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was to add a little bit of juice to this fight promotion. I don't know. I don't think it needs it. I mean, when this fight first got announced, just like any fight fan, I was a little upset because I wanted to see Canelo fight Benavidez. That's the fight everybody wants to see.
Right.
But then I started thinking about it and marinating, and I'm like, wait a second, man, this is going to be a good fight. Like Munguia could scrap.
Hell yeah. I think it's gonna be better.
You know what, Tony? You might be right. This one's going to be a banger. I don't know how long it's going to last. I mean, I'm sold on it. I think it's going to be fire, man.
Hell yeah, I think, like I said, I think it's gonna be better than the Benavidez fight, man. Munguia ain't nobody to fuck with, man. He's
Yeah,
gonna go in there. He's gonna make it tough on Canelo, but I see Canelo taking it. You know what I mean?
I was going to ask you what your prediction was.
I see
How do you?
Canelo taking it, but by decision though. By decision, I see him being the smarter fighter. You know what I mean? Not getting into that firefight, that brawl. He might go into it a couple times. You know what I mean? But like me as well. You know, in the fight, I did the same thing. I got into it, but I tried for the most part to be on the outside and score the more clear points. I think that's exactly what Canelo is gonna do, and that head movement can't be denied, man. That's gonna be a big help.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely insane. I kind of edge Canelo too. The thing I see about this fight is Munguia, again, this is a different level.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, and based on his experience, and I don't knock him. I mean, he's fought some good fighters too, but Canelo is. I don't know if he's ready for that yet, but we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see. I mean, maybe the torch gets passed. I don't know. I just want
maybe.
I just like any fight fan, man. This is a treat. I just want to see a good fight. But talking about treats, we got in July, we got Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Obviously, you are familiar with this promotional banner, MVP Promotions. You fought on there, 3 times already. What do you see? Do you see yourself on this card, man? Because if you ask me, if I'm Jake and the people that make the decisions, man, how do they leave you off this card?
Right, exactly, man. I see how you ask me how I see this fight. I see me and whoever they put me with, whoever they put in the ring with me on that night, stealing the show. You know, it don't matter who's fighting. You know, I know Amanda Serrano is on there, and Jake and Tyson, and Amanda's fighting Katie Taylor for the rematch. But I know I just have a strong feeling that if we are to get on that card, that I'm gonna be the show stealer again. You know, I don't know why they wouldn't put me on this card, but like I said, I would really appreciate and be extremely grateful to get on the card. If it happens, that would just be amazing to me.
That would be fantastic. I'm hoping I can get some media credentials here so I can go there and cover that. But
Hell
you
yeah.
mentioned Amanda Serrano, the co-main event with Katie Taylor, man. I think that is long overdue. The only thing I'm disappointed about is I'm hearing that it's going to be back to 2-minute rounds. I was hoping that they would make it 3-minute rounds because Amanda's, her last.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, supposedly from an interview that I saw with Amanda, since Katie Taylor won the first fight, she makes the call, and she wanted the 2-minute rounds. So Amanda's going to obviously honor that, man. But that was the only thing missing from the first fight. If there would have been 3-minute rounds, that might have gone a different way, that fight.
She's probably doing that on purpose to get in Amanda's head because, Amanda, she wants the 3-minute rounds. She want to be treated equally as the male boxer. So Katie's probably just trying to fuck with her on that.
Could be. What do you see? Who do you see winning that one?
I don't know, man. Katie got the first one, but Amanda Serrano, it seems like she's very focused and dedicated, and she says she's coming in strong, and I like her. You know what I mean? I've also fought on her card, so I'm a little bit biased. But I see it being a good show overall, and I'm hoping Amanda Serrano will come out with the win. She looks very focused and dedicated.
Same here, man. What do you expect? What do you expect out of the main event?
Out of the main event, that's tough, bro. That's tough, man. It's experience and age versus youth and explosiveness. You know what I mean? So it's anybody's call, man. One thing about it though, he is fighting Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson is that dog, man. He's that beast. You know what I mean? They say, what they say, the power is the last thing to leave you. You know what I mean? Right. So he may be old and all that, but one thing about Mike Tyson, he gonna always have that chance.
I just don't want it to turn into a show, man. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see a fight.
Right.
I'm a little bit leery about what's going to happen. Either way, I think that one thing I give Jake credit for is he takes the sport serious, and he's making moves, man. I mean, this fight card is going to be the first one ever streamed on Netflix. Like, who would have ever thought that? You know what I mean? Basically, an entertainment movie streaming platform. Now you're going to have live boxing. So I think that's gonna be a game changer as well. Speaking of Jake Paul, man, I was there, man. He was repping you hard in that fight. He came out ring, man, and he was. I think they had him behind the mic. I mean, he was like I said, man, I if I had to predict, I think you got a pretty good shot at probably making that card, man. I think he's a fan.
That's what I'm saying, man. Jake, tighten up. I know I impressed you, you know what I
Let
mean?
him
And I got
know.
on
Let
your
him know.
radar. Tighten up, man. Put me on there. You know you're gonna make money with me. The face will be healed by then. I'll be 100% pretty again. Come on, tighten up.
I love it. So right now you fight at 135 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Do you make that weight comfortable? Do you plan on staying at that weight for a while?
Yeah. So I really like. I used to say that I didn't struggle to get down in weight, but I was doing it the wrong way for a long time. You know what I mean? I thought I was doing okay, but I come to find out through this training camp that I was doing it all wrong the whole time. But with this training camp, it was pretty. It's probably the easiest that I've ever had to make the weight. And I didn't even have to get in a sauna suit, nothing like that. You know what I mean? We made it so comfortable. So, and I felt strong. This is the strongest I've ever felt, the fastest, the more best condition. You know what I mean? So I don't see any reason to go up or down.
That's what's up. I mean, and there's a reason why I asked because right now the 135-pound division is on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Tank, you got Shakur. I mean, you got Tank fighting Frank Martin next.
Mm-hmm.
You got Shakur, he'll be fighting in July. You got Lomachenko, who'll be fighting against Kambosos.
Yep.
For
Yep.
there's a lot of big names there. So I'm the reason why I'm asking is because I want to see Tony Aguilar up there. Like when do we think if you had and again I don't want you to play promoter. I know you're not the promoter, but if you had your choice, time frame wise, how long do you think before you get a title shot?
A year tops, and that's you know what I mean. That's maximum. I'm like I said, this was my first training camp ever since I started boxing. It's the first time I was 100% focused, dedicated to the fullest. No job to distract me or nothing like that. No going out, no drinking, no partying. I ain't even. I really didn't even talk to anybody for the most part for while I was there. Just my family and stuff to let them know how everything was going. And you see the results, man. I came in there and a fight that was controversial last year, I completely, you know what I mean, it made it look like easy work. Even
Without a
though it
doubt.
wasn't easy work. He's Rios is tough. Rios is tough as hell. You know what I mean? He made it a great fight. But the way the fight turned out, it was just perfect for me. And that's the first ever training camp. So I can just imagine how I'm gonna keep elevating from that.
Like I said, I think a couple more fights for you, and you continue to obviously work in your training camp the way you did this time out. You're going to be better and better. Yeah, man. I mean, I want to see you up in there in the mix with the big names. I mean, you're right now. You're going into your prime. Your prime years. Your mid-20s. Mid to late 20s, man. And that's where usually the fighters, they take off to that next level and they make it happen, man. But I only think it's a matter of time for you, my man. You know,
Thank you, bro.
I really do. Who do you like in this Lomachenko Kambosos fight?
Chenko got that. I'm not gonna say easy because Cambosis is the dog, but you know Chenko with his movement is just crazy. Like his footwork, how he gets in and out of angles and just completely just confuses you with all the angles and throws nonstop punches. Like I just think he's gonna make it look easy. He's gonna make it look easy.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast technically, man.
Hell yeah.
Seems like Tank and Shakur are always going at it more on Twitter than they are, trying to get in the negotiation room.
Right.
But if them two get in the ring, man, how do you see that playing out, man? I think honestly that's probably the top fight that I think that should happen at 135 right
It
now.
de- it definitely is. Those are the top ones at 135 right now. But honestly, to me, Shakur is like the best. Like he's like up there, bro. And me in the IQ and the movement, and he has a good range of distance, bro. Like he can be in there with you, and like you not being able to touch him because he's like tagging you up at the right distance and hurting people. You know what I mean? His last fight wasn't real crazy. I know he said he was sick or something like that, but I think skill wise, he got Tank all day. But one thing about Tank, he got that one hitter quitter. So if he gets touched, you never know. You never know. But I think if he can make it through to the end, I think Shakur takes that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Shakur's on another level skill wise, and then defensively,
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, he's a wizard in the ring. Just like any other fight fan, I want to see them. I want to see them go at it. Did you? Were you surprised that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney like I was?
Man, to be honest with you, I saw it coming, bro. Like it's like the way he was just trolling everybody on social media. I'm like, there's no way this dude is like not focused. Like he's
He
like,
got me. He got me. I tell you that
he
much.
got you, man.
Put
I
videos,
knew.
put videos out, thinking I don't even think this fight's going to be competitive. This guy shouldn't even. I got videos out saying this guy shouldn't even be fighting. He should be going to get help.
Did you
And
take him down after the fight?
I was eating crow until Thursday, dude.
Yo.
Listen, but at the end of the day, that's what's beautiful about boxing, man.
Yep.
Anything can happen, man. I was pleasantly surprised. At the end of the day, I just want to see a good fight because I was thinking this fight won't even be competitive. But Ryan, that killer left hook, it's a gift from God, man.
And honestly, it really wasn't competitive, bro. It was just easy the other way around than everybody thought.
That's what I meant, right?
Yeah, bro. Like it was like he just he had everybody fooled.
He beat the brakes off that.
Yeah, definitely. And made a bag doing it, bro. Like you see what he betted on himself. That was pure genius.
Insane. I can't call it. Like I said, I was eating crow until Thursday or Friday, man.
Damn.
Listen, that's what I love about boxing. I wanna throw something at you before we wrap it up. Since I love boxing, and I'm talking to obviously, top lightweight prospect, Tony Aguilar. This segment I call stick and move.
Okay.
You're good at that in the ring. You're great at that in the ring, but I don't know if you're gonna be as good here.
Thank you.
I'm gonna throw a question out at you, and you're gonna give me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
Ready? Favorite food?
Tacos.
Okay. Favorite sport besides boxing?
Volleyball.
Really?
I'm a beast on the court, bro.
Serious?
I'm a beast, and I'm a shit talker. I'm in your face, like block party at my house. You're invited. All that.
I love it. Then you're a little bit like me. I like to talk a little bit of trash too.
Yeah.
All right, listen, that's what it's all about, man. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie. I say Transformers, all the Transformer movies.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? No, I take that back. I like the Avengers, Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was fire. What type of music does Tony listen to in the car when he's driving, chilling?
Mexican rap.
Okay.
Well, rap period, when they're actually telling a story, using metaphors and doing all that good stuff. I don't do that mumble rap bullshit. I like to hear what they're saying. I like for it to make sense. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Amen, man. That's why I don't really listen to hip hop music today, man.
Right, exactly.
I'm an old school guy, man.
I was raised that way. Same thing, bro.
I hear you, man. Best advice someone ever gave you?
Best advice someone ever gave me. Listen to everybody. You know what I mean? Especially the older ones that's been where you at. You know what I mean? A lot of people they look at him and they be like, "Oh, what's this old man talking about? He don't know my life. He don't know what I'm going through." But they've been through it, man. That's why I have nothing but love and respect for all the OGs. You know what I mean? And especially I grew up around a lot of them, so they would spit their knowledge all the time, and I take in as much as I can. Because they know they've been there.
Well, much respect to your coach, man. Coach Ron, right?
Yeah, Coach Ron Costello.
Much respect, man. I saw him talk after the post fight, man. And I can see where you get that fire from, man. Like
yeah.
He believes in you. He's confident. He believes in you. I can only imagine what it's like being with him in the gym, man.
Man, it's good and bad. Coach Ron knows everything there is to know about boxing. He knows a lot of people. He, like I said in the fight, he saw the potential in me and all that, but he's on my ass, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah. And that's something that I wasn't used to. You know what I mean? Because I've only been with him since the first Rios fight. So it's, we're fairly new. We got maybe a little bit over half a year working together.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was something that I wasn't used to. So I was used to just always doing shit on my own, but then him being there and being on my ass, and I actually stayed with him at his house for the training camp, and he was just, I told everybody, it's like he just moved me in so he didn't have to waste his minutes calling me every day, because then he could just open up the door and be like, yo, get the fuck up.
Wow. Well, it didn't seem that way. It seemed like you guys had chemistry for years, man. I would have never known that. Building up from here, man.
Hell yeah.
More and more time, chemistry and stuff. It's only gonna be better for you. I got two more. When you aren't training, what does Tony like to do in his spare time?
I like to go fishing, play pool, go fishing, stuff like that. I'm a bass. I'm the bass king out here.
I got a pool table here. You any good?
Oh, what? You know what they call me out here? I'm the pool daddy out here.
I gotta get you. I gotta physically get you to do an interview here with me in the hangout spot so we can go at it.
Hey, listen, I'm down, man. I'm down.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And last but not least, what is your dream fight? So it could be a fighter today, or it could be a fighter in the past. If you had one fight that you'd like to put together, a dream fight between you and somebody else, who would that be?
That's tough. That's a tough one right there. But
I told you this was gonna be tough.
That one right there got me. I ain't gonna lie, that one got me. If I had to choose, I would say probably me and Manny Pacquiao.
You know what's funny? I had a funny feeling you would say that.
What happened?
You were gonna say that for some reason. I don't know. I just think the styles are contrasting. I mean, he's got a lot of energy. You have a lot of energy. I think that would be. He throws punches in bunches. I mean, you throw. I mean, I just think that would be a phenomenal style-wise fight. I think it would be a banger, man.
Hell yeah! And both of us going forward, and you know what I mean. Like that would be fireworks. You know what I mean. The whole from the beginning bell to the end.
I love it. I love it. Well, you survived. You did all right.
Yeah, exactly.
For my viewers out there, where can they follow you on social media?
I only have Facebook and Instagram. I'm not real big on social media, but that's something I need to start learning. So on Facebook, you can find me at Tony Aguilar, and then on Instagram and even Snapchat, you can find me at Tony_Aguilar99.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, listen, man, this was an absolute honor for me, man. I appreciate you
Likewise,
coming on.
bro.
And if you're new to watching my videos, make sure you please subscribe. This is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot. Make sure you're along for the ride. And again, champ, appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you for having me, man. And
you are always welcome back. You are always welcome back here at the Hangout Spot. You know that.
Yes, sir. Hopefully next time this will be healed up. We don't have to worry about that no more.
Nah, you're all right. That's a war wound, man.
Yeah. Hopefully the war wound goes away so I can still talk to the females.
There you go. So listen, man, it was a pleasure having you. For all my viewers, again, if you're new to watching, please subscribe. And as always, this is your boy Johnny with future champion Tony Aguilar signing out from the Hangout Spot, and I will talk to everybody soon.